4th mini episode. This will be our last mini episode before we get into season 2, which will be coming out October 7th. I've finally decided on a date for that, and it will be out then. Also, we have a whole ton of updating to do, but I'm going to wait until the end to do it and enjoy the episode all about Shava. So, welcome to Dive Cloud. First off, welcome to a Dive Club mini episode. We are here with Shava Damaxic, otherwise known as
Jennifer Collins.
That's her. And I am Cole Luther, the DM. Mike is also here on his phone, but he's not in this mini episode.
Just sitting in the room.
He's just emotional support.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Gonna do some very traumatizing stuff here.
Of course, as usual.
Oh.
So, everyone else has gone off to visit the Technomancer's college, and you have stayed behind because you received a letter. And this letter essentially said there is an important family matter to deal with, and that you should come to this location alone. And it was signed with all the proper stamps, all the proper stationery, and it looks completely official.
I'm assuming they have quite a few things in place to make sure that letters aren't intercepted.
There's codes that you look for in written letters that verify that it's official as well.
Yeah, certain watermarks and things like that.
Mm-hmm. Like you hold it up to the light and you see your smiling father. I don't know what you see.
Yeah, he would do that. He's definitely like I'm an old man and I'm powerful, so I'm just going to be a goofball and serious when I need to type.
Okay. That changes my interpretation, so that's good to know. Okay. You meet at this address that appears empty. It's like a completely empty building, and you are standing in front of it.
All right, I'm going to glance up at the letter and then back down and like around just to examine my surroundings, and probably gonna mutter to myself like, I think this is correct. It looks correct. I'm just gonna trust them, and I'm gonna look for the closest doors. I'm just gonna open them.
Okay, you open the door, and inside you see a familiar face. You see a woman by the name of Jiha. She is around your age, maybe a little older. You had spent time with her when you were younger, playing while your other siblings were busy doing other things.
I'm gonna get super excited. It's been a long time since I've seen Jihad. It's been probably a couple months.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna, Jihad, so great to see you! And I'm gonna run up and I'm gonna be like, what are you doing here? I thought you were helping. What, were you the one who sent this? I mean, it had to be my dad, but he sent you? Why did he send you? Did something happen?
No, nothing has happened, but I'm happy to see you as well, Shava. No, everything is good. I just have things to talk to you about. I was sent to inform you of some things. Please take a seat. And you see that she's got these this little chair set up.
Like portable chairs, but still nicer portable chairs.
Mm-hmm.
Like to think she has a bag of holding, and she just has like whole sets of furniture
to pull out. And, this situation calls for this kind of furniture.
I'll go sit down and I'll be like, how's the family doing? Aza, Amnon, how's everyone?
Everyone is good, but they are working towards quite the interesting little excursion, and that's what I'm here to talk to you about. First off, I want to say that I am your contact now, officially. I have been appointed as your contact and assistant.
Okay, are you going to be staying in the city then?
I will be staying in the city. And that leads into my next point. The vacuum of power left by Lucius going missing. Your family has decided to address it, that it has taken too long for him to come back, and they are picking a new heir to the family.
Wait. I thought I was sent out here to come find him though. Like, why would they? I haven't even been here a week and they're already sent. That makes no sense.
But Shava, sit down.
Okay, yeah. She definitely would have been pacing, and she'll try to settle down in a chair, and she's still antsy, kind of moving around, bobbing her legs up and down.
Your family has decided to have a competition, so to speak. They are sending all of your siblings to Aether. The one who can create a syndicate powerful enough to sustain itself will become the next heir.
Why here?
It is the largest city and fastest growing city in the world.
And they're trying to find a place that doesn't have established syndicates, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. It's so new that no true crime organization has overtaken the city yet.
I'm an idiot. How could I not see this coming?
I don't know, Shava. You never see. No, that's mean of me.
See, hi. No, it's been a bit, but you should be...
No, I'm excited to see you. It's a lot of news, and I'm trying to relay all the information.
I thought I had more time.
They sent you not because they wanted you to look for your brother. They sent you early so that you could establish yourself in the city faster, and that you would have a bit more time.
And they didn't tell me because they thought I wouldn't cooperate?
I don't know that much, but take it up with your parents.
She's pouting. Whose idea was this?
It was your father's, and probably your mother's. And she would step out of her chair and put her arm around you.
I can't believe they'd give up on their own son so quickly. My brother.
I don't think they've given up on him so much as when he left of his own accord. He did not get approval to leave. I don't know if you ever knew that.
No, he never told me.
So, if he came back, it would be on his merit and no one else's.
What if I don't know if I should be doing this, though? I want to lead the family, but it feels too soon. We haven't tried even looking for him yet. He could be out there. We're working right now to meet this man named Isobarley. Do you know him? He is kind of the founder of this town, and if we get the right connections with him, he can let us into the tower and we can go look. We can see if he's there. This seems way too brash.
She would pat your head. Shava, this is out of my control. I agree with you, honestly. I think Lucius would make a fantastic heir to the family, but this is not my decision to make.
I'm glad it was at least you who told me.
They sent me specifically because we have a friendly relationship.
So what are you going to do now?
I am here to assist you in any way you need, be it making new contacts, creating meetings, organizing schedules, shaking down people. That one was... I meant to make it a joke, but it's not.
Oh, I still enjoyed it nonetheless. It helps. Thank you. I don't know if you know, but I have a group with me now. A group of very, very powerful warriors who I trust my life to. And I don't feel... I don't know if I should do anything without them knowing about it, because it would hurt them if they didn't know, if I kept this secret from them.
You have full freedom to say whatever it is you wish. They are treating you as a potential heir. You can go about doing this however you like. And I will support you in what you decide.
I think the best thing that we can do for now is at least start making connections with people, meeting new people, perhaps finding those who would be willing to work with us. Are we planning on making it a full-blown descendant of the Damaxic syndicate in Jaewon?
I believe the plan is to establish a new branch here in Aether.
Okay, so we're starting out with, I'm assuming, make connections, smaller crimes, and then we'll be working our way up to the empire that we have. Okay. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Let's start by making connections with people. Whether or not I end up actually using this syndicate or not, I at least want to use the powers that I can to find Lucius.
If you spend your time to find Lucius, it will mean that your influence may not be as strong as your siblings. But, again, I am following you. I am here to advise and help in any way I can.
It feels wrong. I love Lucius so much. He was always so kind to me. I can't just abandon him. I won't. Our primary mission, the mission that I'm handing off to you, is that we are going to find Lucius. And we'll build up our powers and gain a group of trusted people and look first. First and foremost, we should look.
Consider it done. And you spoke of connections. There is a particular goblin who runs a bar who has many connections that will be valuable to us.
Okay, please reach out to him. Send him my regards, and I am gonna reach around and try to find... I'm assuming I have a couple different things on me just for representing the household.
Mm-hmm.
I'll hand her, like, maybe a special coin that has, like, a special superscripted out font D on the front, and on the back side it has the silhouette of a head on fire with horns coming out. That's kind of like the logo of our empire. This is one of my personal coins. It should get you good favor of anyone who knows our name.
She nods her head. Consider it done. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Take care of yourself. Don't go into danger, into unknown situations. If you need me, just ask. I've been working a lot harder, and I'm going to figure out what this magic is. I'm going to become stronger. I'll become worthy of being the heir, I promise you.
I look forward to it. And I hope I can ride your coattails.
Trust me, you're always welcome on my coattails.
So, Shava, you have left. She has made her way. She's slurped the furniture back. Where would you like to go next? Nyx is still following around.
Do you have any idea? Do you feel any magic similar to your own nearby? Maybe I could find a place that might know more, maybe more like me. Do you sense anything?
Okay, out of character. What exactly are you trying to to find.
I'm trying to see if there's like a magistrate ward that has information about warlocks.
Okay.
Maybe a magic school, something like that has a vast history of just magic, arcana.
There's the Technomancer's College. I guess you could try to sneak into it. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. So, Shava, you walk up to this gray-bricked castle with a portcullis and this elaborate bronze-gated entryway. It is hanging over an edge in an almost unnatural way, held by these spindly structural supports that you can tell would not normally be able to support it without magic, and there is a waterfall coming down through it. You see a garden through this front doorway and a strange machine creature trimming hedges and filtering water out from this little pond in front. As you approach, a hologram of a man with a long beard and blue cloak, and this hologram shifts in this strange, unnatural way. Hello, and welcome to the College of Technomancy. My name is Archie, the Archmage.
Hello, Archie. That is some wonderful technology you have there.
This is a pre-recorded message, but thank you.
Oh, he just assumed we were going to compliment him?
What is it that you seek in the College of Technomancy?
I wish to learn more about different types of magic, please, Archie, sir.
I'm afraid we're at capacity. Please try again later.
When will you not
This is a pre-recorded message.
Is there like a button or something I can press to talk to someone?
No, this is a pre-recorded message.
Okay. I'm gonna look around. Are there people around?
Not really. This is sort of out of the way. There are some people farther away, but they don't really seem to be paying attention. And they don't look affiliated with the castle.
Okay. Does this pre-recorded message seem like it has any enchantments on it or something where it would be able to track or like see
It's not
what I'm doing?
visually following you in any way, but it's very likely that there might be some kind of magical incantation preventing, sneakery. Based on your knowledge and with your background in thievery and stuff, wizards are commonly putting alarm spells all over stuff, so getting in might be a little tough.
Okay. Do I see any maybe places that look weakened? I would like to also detect magic across the whole area and see how many. This place is probably going to light up like a Christmas tree, but
It does. Yeah. Looking around, there is this whole place is like got lingering magic all over it. There's an incantation over the whole place. Although you do start sensing the alarm spells that are familiar across the tops of the walls, but it doesn't appear that underneath there are any that you can tell.
Okay. Can I find maybe a discernible path through them?
So because it hangs over like a cliff face, there's no, other than like going in from underneath, there's not really a way in.
All right,
There are some like pipes and things down there as well.
Well, I guess I'm going in from underneath then, aren't I? I'm going to send Nyx to scout a little bit first. And then if she says the coast is clear, then I will follow.
You send Nyx in, and she flies up underneath and finds a small hatch that would be big enough for her to fit through, but not you. She begins to open it and flies on through. I'm going to need her to make a stealth check.
She's invisible.
She is invisible, so she'll have advantage.
Do not remember her stealth. Let me pull it up. She rolled a base 13, if that helps.
It's 13. She's probably pretty stealthy.
Yeah, I think it's like +4.
+4? Let's just call it +4. With a 17, she flies through this pipe, and you're watching through her eyes as she comes up into the college through drain pipe near the pond, and sees her hair short and black, and she's walking with Darius and seems to be explaining something to him. Nyx has flown up and is now in the main garden area, and you see this robot through her eyes. You see this robot that is like sucking up water and like spitting out water on the other side to like clean everything, and koi fish swimming around.
Oh, beautiful. Nice. I'm very excited to be sneaking into this place. It seems very lovely. Yeah, so I'm going to cast invisibility on myself. And we are 5th level at this point, correct?
At this point, you'd be 4th level.
4th level. Okay. Yeah, then I just cast invisibility.
Okay. You go invisible, and Nyx says, should I try to open the main gate? I don't see another door off to the side or anything.
Let me look, and I'm going to look through her eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And do I see anything that she might not notice?
No, she's peeking around the garden, and it seems like the main gate is like the only way in and out of this place as far as you can tell.
Okay. Let's do it then. Let's open up that gate.
Here I go. She flies along and goes up to the panel on the side. I don't know what to press here.
Okay, I'm gonna look. Am I still looking through her eyes?
Yeah.
What do I see?
It's like arcane sigil, and it looks like almost buttons to press.
Okay. I would like to investigate to see which buttons look the most worn.
Okay, yeah.
Ooh. That's not so good. That's going to be a 6.
Okay. Are you sure those buttons? I'm not the one to argue. Boop, boop.
No. Don't. I didn't want her to touch them.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Nothing happened.
Okay.
I only booped 2 of them.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's wait until someone goes by that opens it up, and then we'll look at what they do for the code.
Oh. Shava, yours. No, I'm totally in the other character. This is Nyx. Nyx is like machine.
Yeah. Yes.
Machine. I am machine. Okay, Shava. I will wait.
Okay, I'm going to start working my way up to her. And since I'm invisible, I'm just going to kind of like sit in the corner, all like invisible-like, and just wait and see if anyone comes through.
How long does your invisibility spell last?
It lasts an hour.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's pretty good. And Nyx's doesn't run out, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, about 30 minutes pass. Probably shorter. I think about 5 minutes pass. And there's a red-haired, younger guy, probably like 15, who's wearing one of these robes that seems a bit oversized on him. And he goes to the panel and boop, 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 boop.
Okay.
Presses the buttons in an order, and Nyx sees it, and it opens up.
Okay. Let's start heading in.
Okay. It closes, and then Nyx waits for that guy to continue down the road, and then copies it exactly, and the doors whoosh.
Okay, and then we go through. Quickly.
You quickly go through, and it closes.
Okay.
All right, you are in College of Technomancy. You hear a loud from deeper inside.
Okay. So it's not an issue for me, that's fine. Okay. I'm going to survey the area. Do I see any specific, like a magic specialty area?
I don't think anything would be labeled like that. You do see a vent big enough for Shava to fit through. Why not? It's a stealth mission in a video game.
Okay.
Shava-sized vent.
Yeah, let's do it. Shava-sized vent. Scooty. Get in that vent.
Okay, Shava climbs through the vent. It seems like you can easily pull off the thing and pull it back on. And you are climbing through. Nyx is ahead of you.
Yep, leading the way.
Yeah. As you're climbing through, it is on the ground plane, and you start seeing, first you see some big leather boots, like upright, like hidden by a desk. So it's like in shadow, and you just see some big boots, and you hear like a weird fiery sound.
Oh, like welding materials.
Well.
But okay. I'm like, so that doesn't seem magically.
And as you continue, you hear another and you look through the next opening, and you see Darius has his foot on a smaller dwarf and seems to be chastising him.
Okay, put that in the back of my mind for later, but if that becomes... Okay, let's do it. Onward.
As you're continuing, you see, just as you leave, like this giant, hulking brass machine go to punch Darius, and Darius barely moving out of the way. And you hear squeaking, lots of squeaking.
Oh, squeaking? What is squeaking?
Are you continuing to hang out and look?
Can I just see? Does it sound like a creature, like a mouse, or?
It sounds like an artificial squeaky toy.
I'll look. I'll bite.
You look and you see there's broken bits of wall and metal and stuff laying around, and this big contraption. You get a good look at it now. It's like Voom, but brass, and its face is in a scowl type of permanently built scowl, and it is between its hands is a small squeaky mouse toy, and it is squishing it between two hands.
Okay.
Look at me.
Shava is very excited about this, but we have our priorities.
You
Let's
also see
move on.
Voom cowering behind a doorway.
Oh no, I'll give him a hug later. I'm gonna give him the biggest hug.
Okay, and you continue along. You come to this room, and you can see scattered books around. You pop in the vent off.
Heck yeah, I am.
The vent pops open, and when you step out, you see that same woman with short black hair is starting to enter the room.
Oh, okay, put the vent back on. Is there a table in the middle of the room?
Yeah.
I go under it.
Okay. You set the vent back, and you scurry underneath the table.
Okay.
Make a stealth check with advantage because you're invisible.
21.
She rolled a natural 1, so so she is completely oblivious. You bump into the table and it wobbles around, and she doesn't even notice.
Okay, love it.
And she quickly grabs a book off of the shelf near the door, takes it, puts it under her arm, and then leaves.
While she's leaving, I want to take a glance at the book and see what it says.
Make a perception check. It's kind of far from you.
Oh, that's pretty good. Perception? That is a 19.
It looked like a book on how to deal with emotions through magical means.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, it's sort of charming based magics.
All right.
But specifically related to emotion. But that was all you could gather from the spine of the book and a little bit of the cover.
Okay. Well, I at least know that I'm in the right place. I'm a little nervous that she's going to charm Darius, but he'll be fine. I'm gonna check, make sure there's no one else in here.
Okay, you look around and do not see anyone. But you might as well make a perception check.
Okay. Well, that's not so good. That's an 8.
All right. There's no one there.
Nice.
And you can feel very confident about it.
All right. I'm still going to stay invisible.
All right. That's fair.
And I'm going to look around for... Specifically, I'm going to be looking for books that seem to talk about having magic from, nothing. I'm going to see if I can find more about having magical powers that just appear one day.
Okay. You start looking through these books, and you find ones about sorcery and about like bloodlines. You find ones about like draconic ancestries and draconic blood. But you also see this bookcase that is locked. It doesn't have a standard padlock. This actually has something you've never seen before, which is like a digital lock. It is not like the arcane lock. It's similar, but it looks... With your vision, right? You have that vision that detects magic. Mm-hmm. There's no magic on this lock. But it is like the other one with a keypad. And actual numbers laid out on it.
Okay. I'm going to look and see if it has a padlock. Like a key padlock or like a number.
It is specifically like a numbered padlock.
All right.
It is the first digital lock you've ever seen. And it is big and like bulky.
Okay, that's really neat. Do I see on this one any more worn down buttons?
Make a perception check. Actually, this is investigation for sure.
12.
I don't think you'd notice any worn down buttons. Everything looks actually very new. But Nyx looks at it. Shava, this technology looks familiar to me. I may be able to interface with it.
Yeah? Do it. I didn't know this was something you could do.
I haven't quite dealt with this kind of technology. It looks like it was reverse engineered, and she sticks out her hand and her eyes go, and like her pupils disappear, and it looks like she becomes focused on something else. And I need you to have Nyx make a hacking check. Which, I don't know what I would call that. Arcana? I don't know. Give her a +4.
Okay. 6.
Total?
Yeah.
Intelligence based, so Arcana's not a bad call.
She shakes her head. I don't think I can get through this.
Can you try again?
I don't believe so. If I tried once and I couldn't do it, I don't think it will work. And she tries again. No, I can't get through it.
Okay. Can I see the spines of the books in there and see if there are any that seem of interest?
There are some old-looking books. Like, I'm talking thousands of year-old books hidden back in here. Ones where the spines are damaged. You see ones with, like, gem-encrusted sides and gold inlays. It looks like anything that's really valuable is kept in here.
Okay. I'm going to... Can Nyx go through? Is she small enough to fit through the bars?
It is like a glass case.
Okay. Do I see anything that looks similar to a book about what I would be looking for? Is it too deep in?
Make an investigation check. As you hear the door behind you creak.
Natural 20.
Oh, okay. You see a book that looks newer. And it is labeled Technology and Magic. And it is the nicest looking book in there. And it just for some reason strikes you as what you're looking for.
Okay. The door creaks open?
The door creaks open. You are currently invisible, but Nyx is not because she just had to hack.
Yeah. I'm going to have Nyx real quick put invisibility back up.
You're going to need to make an opposed check for if she gets spotted here. This is stealth for her. Not advantage because she's not invisible.
Okay.
And okay. What'd you roll?
10.
In walks the same wizard who had a hologram with the long beard.
Okay.
And doesn't notice as she disappears.
All right. I will wait until he leaves. And I will...
Oh, he's hanging out. He like pulls a book off the shelf and sits at that table.
Okay. Do I need to speak to cast... Like, how long do I have left on my invisibility?
I'd say you have a good 10 minutes left.
All right. Can I crawl under the table without disturbing him and recast invisibility?
You do need to speak to cast invisibility.
Oh no. Okay. I'm going to. Oh my. I have an idea.
Okay.
It's not a great idea. I'm going to cast the spell. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna cast the spell.
What are you gonna cast?
I don't know. Let's do thaumaturgy, and I'll try to make it sound like a speaker, like an actual like calling system.
Okay.
And oh god, what's his full name again?
I don't think you know this person yet.
It's Archie, right?
Yeah, but you haven't heard that name.
Well, yeah, it said it on the transmission when I came in.
Yep, you're right.
I'm going to make it sound like there's a small reverberation throughout the room. It's going to be like, Archie. Please report to the principal's office, please. We need to have a discussion at your earliest discretion.
Alright. Make a deception check. What?
11?
Oh, I guess I should be going then. Always with these inconvenient interruptions, thaumaturgy. Poof. And he stands up.
Oh, so he totally knows.
And he walks over to the bookshelf with the codes and starts inputting a number and opens it and is like, oh, and wanders off.
Can I just like call out a small thank you?
Yeah, you do, and he puts up his hand and waves it behind him and then walks out.
This dude's a bro! I love him. That's so good. All right. I'm not going to go in and grab the book. I'm going to use my mage hand. And I'm going to go pull out the book and have it bring the book to me.
Okay.
Close the door so I don't damage the other books.
Okay, you close the door and it auto locks back.
No, not like auto lock close, but like...
Oh, slightly closed?
Yeah.
Okay, you pull out the book and it has a, like, almost Vitruvian man looking sort of thing with these arcane sigils around the arms and legs forming patterns. And then also these microchip-esque things coming off of those circles.
Okay. I'm gonna open it up, and I don't think I'm invisible right now. My invisibility went up when I cast a spell.
Yep, it would have disappeared.
Yeah, so I'm gonna read.
Okay. Basically, what you gather in a very short glance through it is that technology and magic mix extraordinarily well, and they do unpredictable and dangerous things. And also, people can be influenced by these. Like, they can gain magical gifts from technology. And they lay out that it has happened before with a set of twins who killed a robotic creature that no one had known was in the city and were combined into one being. It also talks about someone named Sam who gained some magical abilities, but it appears like that text is redacted, like it is blacked out.
Okay. Do I see anything similar to my case with Nyx of people gaining familiars?
There's one section that talks about Isobarley, and after he returned from the tower, he had more magical abilities and a red bird familiar.
Okay. So Isobarley is like me. Isobarley is like me.
And I think that's where we're going to end it.
Oh, we learned some cool stuff.
Squeaky toys.
Thank you for listening, everyone. So, Season 2 is coming out October 7th, and there's a whole bunch of other stuff. We're lining up a potential sponsor. We're working on a Patreon. We're even, and I don't believe I've mentioned this in the actual podcast yet, I'm working on a DiveCloud video game tie-in, because that's what I've decided to do to myself. And that has kind of been on the back burner because of actually focusing on the podcast, but I am working on it and planning on getting further with it soon. So all of these things will be updated and talked about further on the Twitter. You can follow us at DiveCloudCast. It is a very exciting time right now. If you would, share our podcast, leave a review, we really, really appreciate it. And that's all I have for you today. Have a good one.